G'day and welcome to the Heat Signature Daily Challenge for the 12th of March. We're here with Hamal Stillness and we're aiming to kill 3 Foundry officers while harming as few people as possible. We're dying, which is unlikely to be relevant. Exile Foiled, also unlikely to be relevant. In fact, because of microphone troubles later on, a good chunk of this video has post-recorded audio, so I know that it's not relevant. Alright, so yeah, we're trying to minimize harm. We got a target fleas, and we got both a jammer and a defender to deal with. And this is a no harm daily, so this is not going to be easy. We can avoid alarms by using that crash beam, but that isn't really the tricky part here. The tricky part here is just dealing with that frickin' dealing with all the sensors and dealing with the fact this is a very thin ship. And right here, we immediately have to deal with the fact that there are guards directly in our path. So, one option is to try and use a stealth shield to try and get through, and that's kind of what I want to do. And this is a straight line. I need to not have the alarm set off here, so we'll see what did I do exactly here. Trying to come up with a plan. I'm thinking I should try and get that gear. Probably try and use the stealth shield to go in and grab the thing, but maybe I can avoid that if I throw things right. If I can just get something where that guard's headed, then that will serve me in great stead. Unfortunately, not as easy as it could be to get that. Okay, let's see. So, we're going to throw the crash beam because we don't want to throw the hammer. If we throw the hammer, we risk injuring someone, and we don't want to actually injure them. Give them, at worst, we want to give them a nasty bruise. So here, we're trying to throw kind of here at the very edge. We need to try and get it past. I don't think that's gonna be as easy as you might think. Okay, and I wanted, yeah, that's right, I wanted the guard on the right to move and be out of the way. Okay, so throw down there. See how we do. It just doesn't go far enough. So that guy I'm like trying to reposition. Maybe that guy will be able, like, we can get it to a spot where it'll go far enough, but I really don't want to accidentally end up around the corner. But no. That's as far as it's going to go. So let's see how we did. Nope, immediately spotted us. So I guess we use the stealth shield here. Steal that keycard. Ooh, that dash forwards was not good. And there we go, so grab whatever's in here, hoping it's something useful. Automatic shotgun was not what I wanted. Obviously, I was hoping for a teleporter, slipstream, anything that would minimize my time where people could see things. There we go. Okay, so got that, but now I gotta try and balance all of them. That got way too close for comfort, but fortunately, yeah, we were able to block him. Now, this point is tricky. We want to get this key. We want to get it while these guards at the top are gone. So what we're going to do is we're going to edge, right? So this is something that you really want to use mouse movement for, because otherwise you're going to slip and you don't actually want to slip. So here, we're sitting here, we're waiting for these guys to look around briefly and head back. I'm really hoping the guards at the top don't mistime things for me. Looks like we got it. Unfortunately, the guard with the key is the one at the front, and yeah, that makes things tricky. So this is very much just trying to get where we can. And what really makes this important is we're selecting a new destination before we steal, because that jump ahead in distance is something we wanted to avoid. Okay, so now heading up here. So the thing I need to get out of the guard's line of sight, and I'm thinking, okay, the jammer will come in and they're going to walk to the center of that room, and then I can sneak by. And it didn't work out that way. just immediately goes, nope, I want to go that way. So I'm just like, okay, maybe I can throw something at you, crash you to try and disable some of your alarms. But I want to get away from you, not get shot. And this is, the controls are not actually working that well for me for some reason here. But yeah, I want to crash the teleporter so my target can't actually leave. But I also just want to get away. Okay, so he shot. That was bad. But I'm far enough away, but I kept clipping on the corner. And that is something that can happen with this kind of thing. And now I got to get past... Ooh, that got way too close. Need to get past this guard. And this is where you've got one way of dealing with guards in a pacifist daily that isn't going to set things off. I need this guard, desperately need this guard, to both not see me and not shoot me. And because if they shoot me, either the target will escape, because it doesn't look like I've remembered to disable the telly, or they're going to shoot out they're going to hit me and the target will escape, or they're going to shoot out the window and the target will escape and that they will get injured. So, and I don't want any of these, so I'm just basically trying to throw things at them to get around the corner so they can't hit me. So they did get me, like they did end up shooting, which was not ideal. It attracts a bunch of attention, but this is okay because I can dodge and I can still take out the guard here. And this is actually pretty good for me because there was no guard nearby, which means I can just hit this guard as he runs past. I just need to make sure I stay outside the jamming field. And that's what I'm doing here. Got him, and now it's just a matter of hitting him. It is interesting that it goes up there. That didn't seem right to me, but, you know, whatever. And we got all the bits and pieces. We definitely don't want to grab the wrench here, because grabbing his wrench, while useful in a typical daily, is just... it's another thing that can injure people. And, I mean, it's no better. Okay. So, we get through here. And we get out, right? So, that was pretty slow, but I haven't checked how long it takes. So, yeah, that's an important difference. And I needed to fix up a thing on my other monitor. So here we go. Next one. So this one, we've got people with heat sensors, but because we've got a self-charging crash beam, that is less of a big deal. It's also target fleas, which is a mixed bag. Could be useful, could not be. One thing I really want to do at some point, so I want to test out getting an assassination mission, and a brick, and something that isn't, you know, pacifism. Like not be seen. Not be seen would be a favorite for that, but thus far it's not happened because I got something I want to try. Okay, so not a great start here. We need to try and get this key, and it's not worked out as well as I'd like. So what we're doing is we're gonna crash, right? I'm like, what would be good would be if I didn't have to deal with many of these guards things. So we'll go over here, we'll crash both of those guards since we can get them in one. And then I want to test something. Because it used to be really convenient in that guards, when they detected you with heat sensors, this is ages ago, pre-Sylvie's birthday, would ignore you? Or not ignore you, they'd come and investigate before setting off the alarm. But now they immediately set off the alarm. But I'm like, what happens if they sense me and then they get crashed? What will they do? And hopefully they come and investigate. Turns out they do come and investigate. They finished the alert. So I guess they finished saying intruder, but we couldn't see it. But unfortunately, guards that are actually actively trying to find an intruder attract other guards with them. Like they call out and the other guards pay attention. So this has not worked out how I wanted. They come to where I was and then they start panicking. And I don't have the key. I want the key. Give me the key. So what I'm basically hoping for is exactly what they've just done down there. I was just wondering if I could do something else, but no. So I'm basically trying, firstly hoping they don't random walk in the wrong direction, and secondly hoping that they randomly turn in the correct direction. And they do, right here, right now. So I'm like, okay, I can duck around the corner, I can throw things if I have to. I don't want to have to, but I can throw things if I have to, and this works out perfectly. The only downside is we got a guard that's turning and coming our way, which I don't want. But yeah, perfect. Basically perfect. So now, head down here, and I want to get this loot. Definitely want to get this loot. One of my potential options here would be also to try and repeat the same trick. To get that guard to come to me with the key, but I think I got a better plan for that. I think I can just use your basic edging technique, and I realize that sounds, you know, if you've lurked in the wrong corners of the internet, I mean that I'm trying to peek around corners. I'm not referring to anything sexual. All right, now let's do this. So same basic setup. We're just trying to attract attention. So I'm just like, if I can just go in and around this corner, that would be great. Unfortunately, turns out this guard's vision cone does not extend up past that corner, so I need to attract attention. And they're just not paying attention to me. Not enough. In fact, the wrong guard pays attention. Now this guard's just oblivious. I'm like, right, what can I do? I'll just throw stuff. And then maybe we can get... look, there we go. Perfect. And then it's same basic deal. We just come down here. We go around another corner. They come up to the corner. They see where we last were. They look around briefly. Not for very long, frankly. And then they head back. Perfect. And then we just sneak back up behind them, pickpocket the key, and then head back. And the next piece is really just making sure that we don't get spotted by this other guard. And sure enough, that's actually pretty easy because this big room is full of cover. It's marvelous. So we get through, and now we just need to get through this next section. And like, you know, I can actually use the teleporter to my advantage here. So what I can do is I can sidewind into that guard's radius of detection, then grab the key and wind out. But first I'm going to get shot by this sentry gun because I'm really good at video games. And that's exactly what I did. It was entirely 100% planned and not at all a mistake. And how dare you suggest otherwise? So that's exactly what I did. And yeah, so this is just waiting for the right time. I need those guards to not be there because basically I also want to grab the loot. Who doesn't want to grab loot, right? And so I go here and I do that, and I discover a slight problem with this plan. And that is, because the guard could see me, they didn't trigger the alarm. Instead, they used their foolish human eyes, and yeah, I don't know, the alarm set off. They're not, and the ring doesn't extend to the right spot. And I'm just like, oh, well, what can I do here? How can I get what I want? And maybe does this mean I should like try and progress further and pull the same trick but further along, or maybe I should try and get the last gear because I could totally do that with the sidewinder, but I didn't. So that was very much a matter of just trying to figure out what I should do here. Just going through my options, and wait a minute, I have a loud weapon. So one thing I can do is I can set off the alarm. No worries, right? It's just a matter of where I should do that. I don't want to waste too much time, but I do want to place the things at the right spot. So I'm like, wait a minute, I can do this now. I can shoot here, because that way it summons them to the right part of the room. And then I can hide in the treasure room until it is time. And then basically I can just take out that window when the target's going through it. And so here we go. And then I'm like, this is taking forever. Like 12 seconds is so long. Maybe I can do something else. And like, yeah, I can get them when they're coming through there. But then it's like, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. These guys are all going to be hanging out around down here. I can teleport past them and do something else, because I can't let them be in the teleport room. I don't want them to go back into the room with the window, right? So what can I do? So I port over here, and I head down here, and it's really simple. Like, I just need to intercept the target and kill them, and then I can come out the window on the convenient side. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Alright, let the target come to us. Hit the target. I said hit the target. Kill the target. Get the acid trap. Probably not going to be that useful, but could be. So let's get the heck out of here. And that's exactly what we do. We just throw the hammer, and then here we go. Grab the remote control and do it. Pick up and get out. And I think it's roughly this point where I start to realize that despite the fact that I checked and my microphone was being read before I started recording and streaming, it didn't get picked up. And that's fine and totally not really annoying. And yeah, so I'm gonna hand off here, but that was really pleased with that first couple of missions. So over to me, I guess. Unmuted. Okay, unplugged, replugged, unmuted. Alright, so you're gonna get half a commentary today then. Alright, target fleas, tracker, defender, glitch proof. We're gonna very heavily rely on that emergency shield here, because we don't care about anything else and we just want to get to that telly. Right? We get to that telly, we put down a glitch trap on the way, and everything else becomes irrelevant. We can stealth shield our way past most of these defenses. Okay, so it's right there. Really? Wow. Okay, well, I've got a plan then. It's a great plan. We go down here, we shoot our gun and get someone to come and open the door for us, and then we leave. We put a glitch trap here to deal with our actual target, and yeah, then we leave. And they're going to be coming this way. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to start by shooting. No, I'm not going to do that. Shoot here. Okay, great. Gunshot. You all come this way. Steal keycard. Then we telepad. Glitch trap. Huh. I did not anticipate that. Let's see. If we're going to gamble that they are indeed going to come this way, which we kind of have to, we do this. Then we use the teleporter to get out. Yeah, there's no way they're not doing that. Use telepad. Dude, stop trying to glom onto that. Okay, cool. And target is in space. I repeat, target is in space. There we go. 593, putting me at number 1. Ooh. Yeah, that was a tough ship 1. I wonder how many people got through it. Okay, so firstly, we got a lot of people that did not make it through, or that got penalties. We've only got a total of 7 people that made it through without a penalty. And then, yeah, we've got at least a few people that ended up shooting someone or getting someone sucked into space 2 people sucked into space. It's a 5-point penalty for knocking someone out and a 10-point penalty for killing them. So that either represents 2 people KO'd, or it represents 2 people, 1 person killed. So, yeah. And there's some pretty harsh ones. But, I mean, Consul TX died on the first ship. Yeah, cool. Well, that was a tricky daily, but we got there. I'm just annoyed that my microphone didn't work for the first 5 minutes of this, or first 2 ships, basically. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.